Okay, hello everybody. We're about to start our program, and we're going to have our show, our winter silhouette show this year. We have to check on the reception, but I'm pretty sure that's still going on. And kind of thinking to do Taiko this year, since we haven't had a show in a long time. It seems like a long time. So we might do the Taiko drummers this year. And but it's the weekend right after Martin Luther King weekend in January. So we'll come out and confirm the reception time, but I'm pretty sure the reception food is still going to go on. So tonight we have this material. It's not a real common material. It's a gold. And there's a variety name in that. It eludes me right now, but it's basically a gold tip Monterey Cypress, and he's gonna do a cascade out of this. No.
You got 2 hours. You better hurry.
He might do a double trunk, but
You could do it.
yeah. So anyway, it's kind of a different material, but I'll let.
He's gonna cut it short. It's way too tall. He can't
I'll let Joe do the introduction.
Okay, a few things before we get started. We're still taking t-shirt orders, so tonight's the last night, but we will have some at the show. Because we want to get our order in so we can get them ordered in time, okay? So see Shirley, if you want to order a t-shirt, they're $20, okay? And yeah, good point, yeah. So any old news that we need to bring up or anything?
The Christmas party, did he mention?
Oh,
No, go ahead.
Mike was talking, so I didn't.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Debbie.
There's a Christmas party at our house, December something. Second Sunday in December, and we're gonna have like turkey, rice, gravy, and so you just bring whatever you want.
Side dishes,
Dessert, and everybody is invited. And just let me know, please, if you're going to make it. And
What
yeah,
time, 1 o'clock?
sure.
Yeah, we don't.
You said Shirley knows.
12 noon.
12 noon,
Then
okay.
it's 12 noon.
12
We don't
noon.
want to have 15 Jonas.
And we'll
Yeah.
have, yes, and please don't call me the night before and ask me what do you want me to bring or what do I need, because at that point.
What do you need?
I don't know, money.
Shirley, I sent an email out.
And we'll do the gift exchange as usual. What's it gonna look like, Shirley?
$15 under $15?
Yep.
What do you need?
Yeah.
White elephant?
Mhm.
Or something funny?
Or we give them.
Or something
Yeah,
weird?
yeah.
Yeah, back in your closet, and, if you find that gift that you
Bring the
never
gift from
opened.
last year.
Yeah.
It has
Oh,
been.
it's that fruitcake from 20 years ago.
But yes, we would love to see everybody up there.
So all the bonsai magazines you got last year.
Trade
Had a chance to read them.
Just tell us.
Bonsai calendar. There you go.
Okay,
Yeah, I've been
and,
giving those things away.
and then the Bonsai-a-thon is gonna be
Still
in
boxes of them.
February 26th and 27th. Okay,
On the California Bonsai after
Oh, yeah.
Thanksgiving sale? I forgot
yeah,
what it's called.
at
After Thanksgiving sale.
yeah,
At the Yamaguchi's.
Yamaguchi's nursery, right, okay?
Oh yeah,
And-
can I?
Go ahead, Bob.
When was that?
The Sunday after Thanksgiving is the California Bonsai Society member sale. If you're a member, you're more than welcome. We ask you, bring any extra trees over and sell them. But to be a buyer is open to the general public. The sale will start promptly at 9 a.m. Sunday morning. Nobody gets in beforehand. Nobody gets to buy anything beforehand, including the helpers. But I would get there about 8 because the line goes down the block literally.
Club gets 20%.
Yeah, the club's gonna, this year we're changing it, like everything else, prices go up, so the club gets 20%. And, the owner gets the rest, unless of course they wanna donate it all to the club, we'll be more than happy to take that. So come on down, have some fun, we're gonna have a boatload of donuts. Oh yeah, if you're in the club and you wanna sell trees, you gotta have them there, we're gonna start set up Saturday at noon until 5. So bring them Saturday sometime between noon and 5.
Okay. And I want to thank Bob for bringing Nick in and all those artists that he brings them in. And we really appreciate that because that helps me as a demo guy. That's 4 people I don't have to get every year. So tonight we have Nik Rozman. He was a European new artist winner, and he's from Slovenia, correct? And so I'm going to let him talk. And can we give him a big round of applause? Thank you, Nick.
Good to be here, thanks. Okay, so who wants to guess what style I'm gonna in? Yeah, okay, cascade, yeah, who said that? Who said that?
You did, right now.
Okay, I guess I don't have a choice now, huh? Okay, so... Huh? Sorry? Sure. Sure. No, okay, so we've got a Monterey Cypress here, which is really already quite well ramified. So what my plan with this tree today is actually to try to make it look a bit better with as little wiring as possible, actually, since obviously like 2 hours is simply not enough time to wire each and every branch on this one anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do maybe some minor branch selection, get those minor details in order, and I'll kind of work along as I go. So if you guys have any questions along the way, feel free to ask.
What's the lottery number tonight?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's red tickets tonight.
So Nick, what's going through your head right now? Like when you see the tree, what goes through your mind? What's your process?
Well, normally when I see raw material, you know, I kind of start with cleaning it. So I remove all the branches that I feel are not necessary or that I really won't gonna need. So for example, I don't know, long straight branches with foliage only at the end. Then I'll continue cleaning it, the bark, so some minor fuzzy stuff. And then yeah, later on I'm gonna start looking at what side to choose for as the front. You know, look at the nebari, the trunk movement, branch positions, and so on. But yeah, at this stage, what I think so far to choose as the front is either somewhere here or exactly the opposite, because yeah, obviously I'm gonna try to make a double trunk, you know. Also the height of the tree I think is great, it's good already, so obviously I won't reduce it. The smaller apex will definitely need a little more work, probably also a bit more wiring. But yeah,
Volume of branches. Reduce the number of branches.
I will definitely. So yeah, definitely I'm gonna want to make a bit more space between the lower apex and the rest of the foliage. Also, there are some branches growing from the same height, which I'll try to fix. Probably reduce some of these lower branches, and so on.
Are you going to keep the little guy?
Probably.
You want it?
Maybe you can stay alive.
But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna start with the branch selection, continue with the deadwood work, make a few gins. Any questions so far?
What's the lottery number for tonight?
Still? Didn't they tell you that before?
Just tell him the numbers.
So who did you train under?
I never actually had like one main teacher. Quite early on when I started my journey with bonsai, I joined the local club. So with the club I attended quite a few workshops with different headliners.
It's like smorgasbord of teachers, huh?
So yeah, then after I visited a lot of different exhibitions, watched demonstrations, observed the trees that were exhibited, and so on. So I could say, I guess, that I'm more or less self-taught.
How did you make that transition from being self-taught to being a professional bonsai artist? Or like at what point?
I don't know, it just kind of happened. I mean, I don't really think one's got a lot of control over that, you know. Okay, of course, you gotta be willing to do it, but, you know, I liked to exhibit my own trees. So yeah, my trees got better and better. I exhibited at bigger shows and eventually got awards for them, you know, so people got to know me. And sooner or later, they were asking me whether I was willing to do workshops for them. So that's pretty much what happened.
So where have you traveled in your bonsai journey?
Pretty much all over Europe. Outside of Europe, I've been to China, Brazil, and now I'm here. So
All demonstrating and
yeah,
workshops.
all doing bonsai work.
Other than California, which has been your favorite place?
Oregon.
Hey Bob, for some of the people that don't know, tell them what you did. So
We
they-
drove up to Oregon on the
clean.
spur. Yeah, it was clean. We drove up to Oregon on the spur of the moment to go see Ryan Neal. And drove back the next day. Yeah. Well, no, you know, we were driving past San Luis Obispo. We were gonna go up to Redwoods. And I said, this is where Ryan went to school, and we got to talking, and he said, oh, I want to go up there. So I called Ryan. He said, yeah, come on up. Went on up. Drove 15 hours to spend about 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
He probably has a bunch of jet lag, so he wouldn't have slept anyway.
Tell me how many hours was your flight coming from Europe?
I had a 2-hour flight and a huh? No, I had a 2-hour flight and a 12-hour flight.
So it's not that bad.
Yeah, it is.
Class, the waiting time.
So is this your first time in America?
No, I've been to Brazil, but it is the first time to the US. Actually, I was waiting for that one to happen.
I teed it up for you.
What's your favorite species you work at your home?
I don't really have one, you know, I just prefer to work on native material. I really like developing trees from raw material into bonsai. In the past I did prefer conifers, although I think that's kind of usual, I think, for most people. But you know, over the years you get to work on deciduous because it's kind of more rewarding, I think. It does take longer, but seeing those silhouettes in winter without leaves, it's kind of a nice feeling. Definitely.
Come here in January,
Yeah.
see our winter silhouette show. Best show in the country every year.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
is. It's the best love show for sure. No questions about it. And it's the only real winter silhouette show in the country.
Another one back east.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of them weren't the best at all.
Right, Mike?
I never know.
Yeah.
John Knocker once took him up to a big shed. Took him back in there.
Is that really what you want to talk about?
I mean, for the magazine.
No.
And he says, I have to tell you, your trees are not that good. And everyone gasped. He goes, I can say that, I'm John Knocker. I could see what he meant too, that there were trees in the show that really they weren't the best.
How have you seen the bonsai community grow back in at home in Slovenia?
Oh, it definitely got bigger. I mean, overall. Well, I mean, obviously since last year, COVID didn't really help, you know. But no, overall, I mean, in the past, I don't know, decade or more, you know, with more and more information on the internet, it definitely grew. Because I think more people got to realize that they don't really have to go to Japan to learn about bonsai. So I think that was kind of a big transition. But yeah, I mean, still, I think the overall view of the public on bonsai, it's still wrong, basically, you know, because a lot of these garden stores or whatever are still selling mainly those ficus thingies, not even bonsai. Yeah, pretty much. So, you know, people think that bonsai is like really difficult, you know, because usually they get like a ficus for a gift, and obviously it dies after a few weeks in most cases. But you know, obviously that's not really the case. You know, taking care of trees, it's not really such a big deal. I mean, you just have to water it, and basically that's it. The only important thing is to work with the appropriate material for your climate, and that's just it.
What's going through your thought process at this point? You're cleaning it.
Not really much. I mean, I'm just focused at cleaning the stumps from the cut-off branches and making dead wood. I mean, you know, I'm really never concerned about the end result. Well, right at the beginning, you know, because sometimes you see people at the beginning of a demo making sketches and like how the tree will look like. But I don't know. That's just simply not me, because while you work, you get to see new ideas, new possibilities. Yeah, the tree changes. So yeah, sure. I mean, like I said, the front's got to be either here or here, but the exact outcome, what it's gonna be, I don't really know yet. I mean, I'm not concerned with it at this point. No, exactly. I'm not. I'm not. No.
On a double trunk, or not double trunk, on a double trunk, do you prefer having a smaller tree toward the front?
I don't really have a preference. It just depends on the branch position and the movement of the trunk and so on.
And the Bari would help you define where the.
Sure, there is some visible nebari, but I mean, I
If
do.
it was there.
Yeah, yeah, no, sure. If it was there, I mean, I'd put it into consideration, definitely. But if it's like a mediocre nebari, I don't really account it that much, I put movement of the trunk and the branch positions in the forward, rather.
Lindsay, was this tree ever stopped before, or was this a raw stop?
Oh, I'd trim it back, let it grow out.
Christmas tree style? Just kind of wrap the up the canopy?
Yeah, well, I'd kind of keep it thin enough so it stays dense.
No, you gotta do that. That's the way trees grow
What?
in nature.
What happened?
What happened? That's the fun part.
Just be thankful it's not your tree. You know, maybe we'll be able to disable your car before you come to. We'll have a chance.
Max there, or we'll just start from there?
We'll just invite Jim Pellin.
Lindsay, how old? How old would you say this tree is?
I let him because it was my tree.
What?
About 15,
Yeah.
14, 15.
Does anybody know anything about the natural growth habits of Monterey cypress in general?
Yeah, you water it, it grows.
Sorry.
They tend to grow like kind of flattened on the top naturally over time. And form like kind of like cedars. They don't backbud very easily though, so you gotta make sure you keep them trimmed.
Whoops.
Not flat like a ball cypress. No, like kind of a cedar where they kind of flatten out and mounds.
So grafting would not be an option.
Probably it would.
It would be.
Yeah, why not? But it's probably easier to just keep them trimmed. But you have it.
I think it's Monterey cypress. Yeah.
I trimmed this back kind of hard about a month ago. So a lot of the leaves kind of looks fresher.
You just trim up the pole.
It could take like
You've
half
never
a day.
wired it though, right?
Never wired it. It takes half a day shave if you have it.
Vigorous grower. Do you have any unique material in Slovenia that you don't see in other places?
We kind of have like most species you guys have here, just different varieties. So,
Just Slovenia.
Is it the natural juniper, the Sabina?
It is, although it doesn't really grow in our country, sadly. Sabinas are more likely to be found in Spain or Croatia. Maybe some of them are in Italy. Our native juniper is the common juniper, which is like unusable for bonsai, sadly. Yeah.
How about grafting?
Uh,
Impossible onto the common?
Actually, I don't think there are some people who know how to work with them, and they make great bonsai out of them. But there are really like a handful of those people. With others, I don't think it survived long enough to try. Usually, yeah. I don't know why, but the tree just doesn't like to be potted in a pot, you know. It just
Pretty common all around the world where common junipers grow, though.
could be.
Just tend to
Yeah,
use them for bonsai after killing a dozen or two.
yeah. Well,
Even here, you rarely see a common juniper.
yeah.
Common juniper?
I thought all my trees were pretty common.
They don't survive.
What's one of the most challenging species for you to work with?
Huh.
The one you're working on now?
I don't know. The most challenging, huh?
Human beings.
I don't know. There's not really a question of challenging material, more like unsuitable material. You know, like for example, I don't know, willows. They kind of like to lose the old branches for absolutely almost no reason. So it kind of doesn't make much sense to work on them, because you know why spend a few years on a branch if it dies afterwards? I don't know. I mean, I don't really think there is any difficult material.
What about your least favorite, or like maybe favorite species to work with in general, maybe?
Huh. Maybe I could say Scots pine, perhaps. I also really like olives, although those are Mediterranean species, so they prefer to be a bit warmer, which is not really at my place, so I have to protect them over winter.
How cold does it get in your area?
Huh. -5. Yeah. Yeah.
Negative 29, 30.
No, 32 is zero.
So
So do you have a big greenhouse to put your trees in the winter?
Well, it's not that big, but yeah, I've got a greenhouse, basically, for those Mediterranean species and maybe some trees that I worked on in autumn or stuff like that, for the shohin.
So Nick, when it gets that cold, does it stay that cold for several hours through the night for a significant period of time, or is
For
that
several days?
several days?
Yeah, sure. Sure, I mean, this is kind of like normal winter temperature. I mean,
I didn't know if that was like a low extreme or.
no, the extremes are Bob, -15.
Oh.
Yeah, those are the extremes, but we get them.
Yeah, that's like it's 9 degrees.
But we get that like, I don't know, maybe once a winter for a few days.
Oh yeah, but you take 9 degrees down, right? So it's like 7.
And hence, I'm wearing a jacket and he's wearing like a t-shirt. Go, it's warm.
It is. I mean, it's okay.
It's snowing in Yellowknife.
Joe, do you even own long pants?
He does. I see it. I seen a jacket and long pants before. I'm like, what the heck?
Well, that was either a wedding or a funeral.
This is true.
You used to have a suit? Does it fit? Oh. Never wear one. No, I seen shorts.
Shorts?
I seen shorts. And a jacket, that's it.
Say, Joe, I was wondering, is that a picture of you on your T-shirt?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
I didn't see that at all. You don't remember? No, I didn't. I remember. I didn't see it.
Nick, do you have like cold frames and green?
I've got a greenhouse. Yeah, yeah.
So with all this traveling, who waters your trees and takes your trees when you're out there? I've heard this already, but some people may not.
No, it's my dad, actually. Yeah. Aww. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He said he had his dad well trained. Much better than his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's true though.
Does your dad do bonsai though?
No.
Well,
No.
this is live, isn't it?
No.
It was, but he already had ending points in it.
What did you do before full-time bonsai artist?
Well, I studied landscape architecture, so actually I never worked in that. Never actually did that for a living, because kind of, it sounds cool and all, but actually the reality is that you're basically just behind a computer whole day, programming or designing, making gardens or whatever. So yeah, I've been working a little bit here and there. Pretty much have the time working on my trees as well. So yeah.
Is there anything you learned studying that you carried into bonsai?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really. No. There we did study a little bit about different tree species, actually a whole lot, but I already knew most of them, so didn't really help much.
Is it true you were abducted by aliens as a kid?
Oh yeah, twice. Yeah.
How do you get into bonsai?
I've got no idea.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Not Karate Kid, like 90% of the people in the
No, I actually watched Karate Kid after. Yeah, no, I've got no idea. So I was like about 10 years old. I one day wanted to have a bonsai, so I asked my parents to get me one. It was like a small Cypress. Yeah, and then I got the second one, the third one, and today I'm in California. So yeah, I don't really know how I got into bonsai, sadly.
Did you have any teachers?
Yeah, like I said before, no main teacher actually. Just attending workshops and visiting exhibitions and stuff like that.
As you are trimming the pads, the branch, what is your focus? Uprights?
Yeah, basically I'm removing everything that grows to downside. Otherwise I'm just kind of trying to mimic the natural growth of the tree, so like I said, I'll try to do this tree with as minimal style wiring as possible. Maybe just bringing a few branches a little bit down. But probably I'll just mostly use some guide wires for that.
Don't wire the guy wires to the pot, because I'm going to put it in a bonsai pot this spring.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
Is bonsai material available, like as easy as here? There are so many many good nurseries around here.
I think so, yeah. I would say so. We also have a lot of imported stuff. That's probably much easier than here.
We can't, very hard for us to get.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of the branches seem to have an upward curve.
Yeah.
You consider that the natural way that the
Yeah.
tree grows? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not bothered by that at all.
I already bought out like this good stuff.
Would you sacrifice a heavier branch at the top because it's out of scale with the rest of the tree as it goes up? Or does that
It
not bother
kind of depends. I mean, usually, yeah, too thick branches too far up towards the apex kind of do bother me. Although, for example, if I need the greenery in that area, I would rather keep it than simply completely remove it. Okay, there we go. Here's an example. So yeah, maybe for at least some time I would keep it. Maybe if it would be an option, I would maybe split it along the length to make it a bit smaller.
Do you wrap it if you split it?
Kind of depends on the species, but usually with conifers, not really. Not really, no. Especially with some pines, for example, they have a lot of sap.
Sure.
So we don't really have to do it.
I thought you were going to leave that one.
Ha! Surprise!
Because it's so close to the one below it.
Yeah, exactly. These two are just too close to each other, and also this one is one of those thicker branches. So that's why I decided to remove it.
Do you have any plans for the smaller trunk to wire movement into it?
Sorry, come again?
Do you have plans to wire the smaller trunk?
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, you mean the trunk, right? Not the branches. Yeah, except I don't really have a wire big enough, I think. But
Or 3 or 4 of them together.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, definitely it wouldn't hurt to make like some similar movement like the trunk,
Yes,
you know?
you want it to be similar, not opposite, right?
Exactly, exactly. So.
Sorry, on the pot, just kind of draw the line you want, and then put a piece of copper on it.
You're pretty confident there, Bob.
Speaking it into existence.
I think we know how to raise the price on that.
It's all right, I'm gonna start saving now.
What did Bob say? 100 more.
1995.
being a shill, sometimes you get stuck with it.
Oh, yeah. Lindsay, where'd you come across this cultivar or variety of it? His backyard.
Yeah. There used to be this nursery that would get things from Oregon and all over the place. And it was called Summer Nursery. And that's where I got that originally.
Did you grab several of them, or you just kind of picked up one and let it grow?
Well, I have quite a few, but I have one left. And it's a triple trout.
The way they smell them. One of my favorites, smelling trees.
It's a little thick
Smell.
To me, they smell like citronella.
He said either, you know, this side or this side.
Oh, yeah,
Not,
yeah. That's good.
yeah.
Are you gonna be taking trees home?
Would
Reach out
you,
some here, or
have them,
If it'd be possible, I would. Definitely, but yeah,
like in
it's
parallel or offset, like at a 45-degree angle for the smaller, for the larger?
it'll probably be either a bit to the front or to the back.
Right.
I'm not really sure now. Depends on what front I'll choose at the end. Mm.
He hasn't really changed the front.
No, he will.
I mean, he will, eventually.
Or will I?
I know, put the little one right straight in front so you only see the big trunk.
Oh yeah, this could be the front.
You know, in John's book, Bonsai Techniques,
Yeah.
he was always giving proportions, but
Yeah.
trees never grow in those proportions.
Exactly. You know that's exactly why I'm not really bothered by those proportions that much. I mean, I do try to accomplish them if it's possible, but if not, I mean, so what? I mean, in most cases it's amadori, so you can't really decide where the branches will grow. So yeah.
When's the last day of register for Shohei?
That's where,
It's probably sold out already.
No, they're gonna draw
They're
it.
doing a drawing.
We're going to the workshop.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be a limit, they're not gonna be able to sell unlimited, registration, I don't think. There's gonna be a limit to the number of people in the.
Already got them set.
Well, I know who I'm staying with.
You don't drink enough.
Designated driver, baby.
Always sold, unlimited tickets for big taxes, and that's why they
That's all they do. Yeah. But usually on Saturday, right? Sunday. One of the days. No, Friday or Saturday. Sunday. You're gonna sell t-shirts again? Your logo t-shirt?
Do you do any or much grafting on any of your trees?
Not really. Not really. I just didn't have the need for it, I mean, because most of the species that we're using there already have naturally quite small leaves or needles. So yeah, there's just there was no need for it.
So is that consistent across Europe, that there's not a lot of grafting done in general?
I'd like to say so, maybe, yeah. I mean, sometimes the most grafting that's done, I think, is grafting like Kisho or Itoigawa to Sabina junipers, maybe, because inside the Sabina juniper family, there's a ton of there are tons of different varieties. Some have very fine foliage, and some are really, really laggy. So yeah, sometimes they get grafted. But you can simply avoid that by choosing the right material. So,
Do you want us to bring that tree down? Lower?
not yet. Maybe a bit later. Maybe I'll just leave this piece and start wiring first.
That would be a good way to finish up with his final haircut.
Expand on that milk crate. No, actually, don't do that.
Don't.
Rather bring it down to go up there.
Surely gonna have that insurance.
That's gonna be painful, right?
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you have one of those leggy junipers that the trunk is just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worth taking the time to do
Oh,
the
definitely. Definitely, yeah, it is. Because if you've got a bad variety, you can wire it over and over again. You'll just never get the same result out of it. So yeah, it's definitely worth grafting if you have such a tree.
What kind of pot should I put that in?
I don't know which ones you got.
We can pick one out.
his girlfriend, Mel's wife, and I was bidding on a tree, and we were going to he yells out, 300, boom. Killed it. I always justify it. He has a bonsai nursery. Someone may come in and offer him 3,000.
Did you wrap that around the main trunk twice?
I didn't wire the main trunk at all.
I mean,
Once enough.
No, I went from this branch once around to the other.
Once around, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Masakuni makes one.
What, these? Yeah, these are great.
Yeah, there's a one that they call a bud cutter. It looks very similar, but it doesn't have the girth.
Oh, yeah?
The thickness of, because you're going to chop through wire, you need that.
Yeah.
Plus be able to get your thumb and finger in there.
Yeah.
Special I know, well, I'm waiting for her to move.
We should do that poster. Look, this is a great tree.
Do you collect Yamadori?
Yeah, I do, as much as possible. Although lately I've got a lack of time to do so. So lately I'm kinda buying more than collecting myself. So yeah, but I still try to do some collecting as much as possible.
Is it fairly easy, or is there a big permitting process?
It is. It is, yeah. Also, it's getting more and more difficult to find good material to collect. So, yeah, it's kind of tougher every year.
Have you collected much deciduous oak? Don't you guys have?
We've got some oak, but it's got quite similar issues like the willow I mentioned earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, branches kind of like to die off.
What species of oak is that?
Which one is it? Got out of my head. I'll try to remember.
Quercus something.
Yeah.
Too young to have a senior moment.
Slovenian Corpus.
Yeah, that's the one. There we go.
That works.
Robur.
Oh, the rubber.
Robur. Yeah.
Oh, it was Rover, you said?
Yeah.
Quercus Rover.
Yeah.
Did they have any cork type marking on the oaks?
Not really. At least not that much. Not that much.
How many trees do you have in your collection?
Too many.
Probably.
No way, too many.
Way.
About 150, give or take. Yeah. Yeah, too many, yeah.
Especially if you're traveling.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
When you got a dad that's well trained.
No, I mean, there are about 30, 40 trees that I keep as my like personal collection. The others are more just raw material waiting to be styled or to be sold. So it's really not that many that I have to take more care of. So it's still kind of manageable. Just
Do you still have your first?
no. I actually kept it alive for 5 years. But yeah, I mean, it was a tropical tree, so it was kind of destined to die.
I think I'm going to use that line when something dies in my life.
Okay, we're gonna take a little break. There's raffle items back at the table. See Greg for your tickets. There's still food in the kitchen.
Yeah, we got to restock it too.
Yeah, we got restock. Yeah, so come on up and take a look at the tree and fire away at Nick and give him some questions.
Make
Okay.
sure you from your onion tart. It's really good.
It is. As you get older, you grow more as you stand up.
Yeah. You want me to stop working for the?
Whatever you want.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We want this tree done tonight. So whatever you want to do.
Fine. Understood. No, thank you. I've got water. It's enough. Yeah, thanks.
That's why we fed you early. See? He loves it.
The taste of those cream puff balls are.
Still got more than refrigerator. Thank you, because it's hard to make the hug. This one.
No, no, for your wife.
Oh, no.
Okay.
More for me?
For breakfast.
It's eggs,
All right, man, take care.
flour, egg shell.
Behind the supplement, I mean the sale, the show and the
Oh, I'm not gonna have any.
No, if you go,
No, they did.
yeah, I'm sorry. With my friend.
Then you don't have to.
Me too.
Dapper?
I'm trying to post them to CBS. And a lot of people were like,
Turning into cash.
Okay, that's a good idea. That is.
eventually, just before it got started, some guy treat
Oh!
Oh, that I probably.
Okay, so you thought that was the hard part. Now, using all of that information.
No, I mean,
Yeah. What you do is you cut it.
That's the hard part. You definitely don't have But at least you're almost as I think of it,
It's fun to go shopping, just to get away, just to get away.
you're putting it down, is it because you think the wire is not thick enough?
Yeah, for this one I would need a really thick wire. You know, it's much easier to just do it like this.
do it this way.
Exactly. And it also, you also save on wire, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
So like, for this one, this bench,
Yes.
way thick than the
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just leave it alone.
Exactly.
Because you can't change it anyway, right?
Exactly. Yeah. That's right.
Because all the trees that certain things that we cannot control.
That's true.
Nature. Just
We can control a lot, but not everything.
yeah, but not all the time.
Yeah. Exactly.
So have you decided on the front yet? You think?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be this one. Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of really like the first branch
Oh yeah.
from this side.
So it's going to the
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you're going to keep the height, right?
Yeah. Yes. I am.
Yeah, there was a bunch of people that yelled. A bunch of people I knew from online that I knew. And then a bunch of people that I knew.
Like keeps it. Don't That's what he meant, yeah.
Traveling with we've always been friends.
Sorry, just thinning the top?
Sorry?
Are you just thinning the top?
Yeah, yeah, just bringing it in shape to make it in proportion.
When he's ready, we'll bring him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm ready. Pretty much, yeah. Can we make it maybe
You want the turntable
it?
too?
Yeah, would be good.
No, we'll pick this up.
Okay, we'll do it separately.
Keith, grab the turntable with you.
Or that.
Yeah, we'll put him to work. He's a guest. We'll put him to work. You ready? So you're gonna grab this part and put that down there. You got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Oh yeah. Oh, just great, yeah.
So, I mean, I was comfortable enough with what I had that it wasn't going to be an issue for me bringing it back.
Thanks for telling me, people. Thanks for telling me.
We kind of figured you'd know this.
You go to Suffolk Port and go to, well, you drive through the inspection station, right? And a big giant wooden crate in the back of the truck. Sit fragile on it and stuff. And, can't exactly hide that. Yeah, but it wasn't visible. It was on the street. But I had an email saying that, it should be all right. But, I didn't care if they inspected it. So. And nobody's also cared about, like, if you're in a fight at the show. Yeah, I did purposely. I think I bought an accent flyer. Sure. And it was in the box with, the tree and my accent. I bought a bunch of t-shirts. And an accent flyer. And a couple of antique pots from But, yeah, no, appreciate it.
Getting there.
Smells like Christmas over here. Seeing the shape nicely in the, you
Yeah.
can see the bar.
Oh yeah.
It's looking pretty.
But the things that I would have.
I had brought me on Cypress Streets over at Harbor Boulevard from Brea. Yeah. And, it took about 3 years. Normally, what I'll do, a whole large
Picture all of us in life.
we've at Cal Poly Pomona, I'm teaching part-time. Definitely worth doing. I was there. I'm doing now is I'm doing one class.
Hey, Todd might be here at the end of
I think we can bring it back up. Yeah, please. Oops. Thank you.
Thank you. Nick, what kind of work did you do before going to Honda? Or is this your first time
I was a student.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. So yeah, that's it.
So is this your full-time job?
Almost full time now. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, last year it kind of sucked, because everything was cancelled, obviously.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, I mean, every year it gets better, gets more work. So
Workshops at your house?
yeah, I do. Although actually most of the work I do abroad. Actually, yeah, yeah.
I know.
The other thing that I found.
The whole like for years.
No, I'm saying it's hard.
They've proven that that's not the case. People are more productive. It's definitely more productive.
Just
For me, my group, since we're doing supply chain, you do have to collaborate with some of the
Go away 5 minutes and look at it.
No, just do what you did. You will see how that works out.
Is this gonna be raffle? Is Sandy coming to again? I remember last time. Oh my God. There's so many people.
Midnight board meeting.
Okay, I know what this is.
Although, you know, it's got its moments.
But anyway, that's the only one I had. And it was sitting on that side of the house.
It's hard to say.
So
That would be like buying wood for a back and not knowing,
Done. Yeah. Done. I think so. Okay. Yeah, does it?
I think so. In my opinion,
That's good. Sure, why not? I'll take it. Yeah. Wait, let me take a look at it further.
So this one area, the plants that drill,
Oh yeah.
Nothing grows like grapes.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're like, it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's a bit different.
All right, let's get your raffle tickets and just get back so they can explain what he did over our break there.
Well, he's been taking classes all summer. Because he was telling me, he sent me late to the sale. She's like, dude, we gotta go to this. I'll be there. Oh, that's right. I've heard of it, right?
Are you done now?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, bigger tree next time.
All of us that are 27. Yes.
I really like what you do.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm not doing all of it.
Oh yeah.
It's done.
It's done.
Wow.
Yeah.
No. I said I'm not built I'm not built like Nick.
I like the curve, but it seems like this is going under here, which would kind of get shaded out.
Sure. Sure. One could look like that. Look at it like that, but you know, either cut it off here, make it this one shorter, or move it. Sure. But I mean, you know, this one definitely won't die because of the branch. You know. But yeah, one can associate it with it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Okay, guys. All right, Nick, you want to explain what you did here?
Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, while you guys were eating, I finished. So, yeah. So, yeah, I think today's demo was a bit different than the usual stuff. You know, no major changes, major bends or whatever. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys what it's actually possible simply by cutting and pinching. So, yeah, I think, in my opinion, I pretty much achieved what I was going for. So yeah, like simply have like an elegant twin trunk bonsai, in the kind of the style that the tree is growing naturally.
It's gonna look great on that center shelf.
Explain where you picked your front now.
Yeah, the front is marked with a wire here. So yeah, you know, I mean, I simply did a minor branch selection and like eliminated the parts where two branches are growing out from on the same height. And pretty much that's it. I mean, I cut it back a little bit, created more visible foliage pads, which obviously have to fill out in the future a bit more. But yeah, pretty much I think this is the overall outline of the whole size of the tree as well. I don't think it needs to get any much bigger than this. So yeah, it pretty much just needs to fill out and put it in a nice spot, and that's it.
Is the tilt or whatever the right?
The tilt is it is, yeah, I think so. So yeah, there's just one thing that can also be done to improve the tree is simply to bend the smaller one a little bit more. You know, give it like a nice S in the movement,
A nice
and that's
what?
it. S. Okay. 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 Okay.
Get your mind off
Yeah. So yeah, I think we can end with that. Thanks. Thank you, guys.
And I want to thank Charlene and Shirley for having us and open their house
Yeah.
to us.